Right, thank you for taking time for watching this video that you're about to watch. Now, I'd love you all to subscribe to my channel. Let's get the subscribers up. But one of my favourite and most loyal subscribers is one of my daughters, who she's just made this for me. Look at that. What does it say?
Subscribe to Colin.
So what do you want the people to do?
To subscribe to my daddy.
Good afternoon, Internet. So it's Thursday, the 18th of January. Welcome back to the channel. So, it's cold today. It really is cold, but it's not raining, it's dry. And I was going to go out for a ride, but like I said, the temperature is, I think it's about 2 degrees where we are. And on a bike, it's a bit chilly. So, I thought to myself, what I'm going to do is quick chat, more or less about the Transalp, more or less about some of the bits and pieces. But firstly, the last video that I put on was having to, when I took the Himalayan out, which was the first ride after the sprocket. And you know what? Great response to that one. Plenty of views on it, the comments coming backwards and forwards, all good comments, really good. One guy, I must admit, said my right ear's hurting. Don't quite know, maybe I was talking too much, but there you go, such is life. But apart from that, everything was fine. And so it goes to show, doesn't it, that, you know, it's quite weird really when you actually look at things that people do to what's more interesting, what isn't more interesting. Maybe me riding a bike at 2 degrees freezing to death was something to be interested in. Okay, right. So, getting back to today's little video. And do you know what? Someone said to me, right, and this is just quick before I start. Someone said to me that I talk with my hands. That they're going all over the place. And I do, I know I do. See, I'm doing it again. And I apologise, I do honestly. But, you know, we've look, we've all got our little ways that we do things. And I don't know, with me, you know, who was there was a comedian, was it Tommy Cooper? Tommy Cooper, I think. I used to watch him when I was a lad. And he used to do a lot of this. Anyway, right. Let's get back to the job in hand. So, the Transalp. So firstly, right, let's just put you here, and we'll do a little bit of what now has arrived, yeah, in the box. Oh, it's like Christmas all over again. Right, okay, loads of bubble wrap, loads of bubble wrap. Okay, so we start off, we've got a high flow air filter. Air filter, does that look like an air filter? No, it doesn't. That's because it's an oil filter. I always use high flow. Yeah, that's just me. Right, so that, a new set of clutch springs. Okay, like I said, the clutch, all the parts in that clutch, in that Transalp, are 34 years old. So I'm not even going to bother to measure them and see what they're up the tolerances or if they're being replaced. So new set of clutch springs, a new thrust bearing. Again, you know, like I say, there's probably nothing wrong with the one that's in it, to be fair, but you know, nice new little thrust bearing to go in. Okay, so that's that. Things never go back in the box, do they? Still no more. Right, I'll put that there. What have we got? Yeah, I do believe that this, yeah, nice new set of cush drives, the rubbers for your cush drive. Again, you know, the ones that's in 34 years old, they need to be changed. Okay, so that's that. We have, oops, daisy. We have the new nut. Yeah, for your basket, the clutch basket. Yeah, very important to put in a nut on, because you knock this down and it seals it, so yeah, a new nut. We obviously then have the gasket, okay, which I'm going to put that straight back in there, and then of course we have the all important clutch plates. So we have our steel clutch plates, yeah, a nice set of steel clutch plates, nice and shiny, yeah, and I do, yeah, so there's all them, look, all oiled up, which never mind, all ready to be dropped in, so that's them. And then just fold them back in there. Then we have our friction plates, these ones, yep, okay, our set of friction plates, which there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 type B and 1 type A. Okay, that's what the Transalp, not all bikes have got, but this one has, it's got one different one. See the patterns to it, like the size of them to the size of this, yeah. Okay, so now obviously these have got to be soaked in oil overnight before they're fitted, but yeah, so that's all then. Right, so let's just plonk all this lot back in here. So when all that's done, she'll have a nice new clutch, she'll have all the springs done and everything else, blah 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 blah. She'll have the cush rubbers done, and yeah, right, so let me just get you back here again. I'll tell you what really shocked me with this Transalp, well, not just this Transalp, any Transalp, is I actually looked on YouTube and just to see how many sort of videos have been put out about these bikes, and you know what, I was shocked to find there's very little. There's a few on there which doesn't really cover much. A lot of them aren't in English, you know, I mean, you know, so what, who cares, you can still see, but to be fair, there's not many on there at all. And from what I can gather, from what I've heard, what different people are saying, and if you look around, you know, different countries, these are becoming sought after, not because of their collectible value, although that has got maybe a little bit to do with it, but basically because these are an actual get up, go anywhere motorcycle. And I think what's done it with, over the last sort of 5 years in particular, the trail riding, the adventure biking scene, you know, hence the Himalayan, you know, and a lot more, you know, Itchy Boots, who goes here, there and everywhere. This trail riding, adventure riding is really becoming a popular thing, which is great. Not that I do it, mind you, but it's great. But bikes like the Transalp that sort of got forgotten are all of a sudden, people want them now. They're actually being, oh, I fancy one. Because to be fair, the model that people want, which is the early ones, more so the 600s, maybe the 650, but definitely the 600s, where they were from 86 up until, I think the 600 went to about 96, 97, could have even reached the sort of I'm not too sure, but definitely the early models. So because more people are after them, the Americans would love to get their hands on them. The English, you know, there's very few for sale. So like I say, these bikes are becoming a sort of, oh, what a great bike, because they will do what you want, you know. They'll off-road, all right, they're not huge, big into off-road, but they will off-road. They will munch the miles, you know. It's a 600 engine, it's a V-twin, you know. This thing will cruise, you know, all day, nicely, beautiful. So I thought, okay, we're almost looking at negative tutorial videos on the internet. So I thought, you know what, I like doing tutorial video. So as daft as this sounds, I thought I wasn't really going to do much sort of filming on this bike as I was, you know, giving it a bit of a once over, really, because don't forget, this now falls into the CT or MOT in France. That's if we ever get a testing station. So I've got to make sure that it's okay. So everything, because I got this bike in 2009. I saved it. It had been not dumped, but the guy that owned it had brought it over from the UK. It was lying under a tin sheddy thing, and it was in an awful state. And because this bike has only done 23,000 miles, just over 23,000 miles. I thought it was 25,000, but it's not. It's 23,000, and that is genuine mileage. So, and everything apart from the windscreen, windshield is original on this bike. Even down to the stickers on the tank telling you that it takes unleaded fuel and everything else, blah blah blah. Okay, and it's a PD06, so you know it conforms to everything. Now, so I got it and I re-registered it onto French plates. And I literally had to strip it all down, everything down, engine out the frame, everything gone. But I wanted to keep it all original, so I didn't replace parts. I refurbished everything on it, and this is where it stands today. And yes, there is one or two little scratches on it, but this was a restoration of an original bike, and that's what I wanted it to be, an original bike. So I thought, okay, so what I'm going to do this now, because this I'm going to do it, you know, like a full check. It's had all the fork seals have been done, the springs have been done, so I'm not even going to check them. Last year I put on 2 new coils, 2 sets of HT leads, 2 new 4 new spark plug caps, so that's done. What else major have I done to it? Chain and sprockets, them are fine. So this really is checking like things like the brakes to get them ready for the test, doing the cush drive, doing the clutch. I'm also going to balance the carburetor, put the vacuum gauges on and balance, because it runs on twin carbs. Obviously it's a V-twin, so it's a carb for each cylinder, so get them balanced up, you know. So I thought, okay, now as daft as it sounds, a video like how do you take the seat off on a Transalp, how do you take the side panels off, how do you take the fairings off, you know, if you've never owned one of these bikes and maybe you're thinking of getting one, or maybe you've just got one and you've never worked on it. So I'm going to treat this as a complete, you know, novice, let's get on and learn how to work on the Transalp. I'm quite looking forward to this. I mean, it's what I do with the Royal Enfields, but I think this bike deserves a little bit of love and attention. I really do. You know, it's a classic bike. It's, you know, they are a beautiful bike. Right, let's have a quick look round it, shall we, before we end this video. Like I said, the screen isn't original. I replaced the screen. Everything else on this bike, well, nearly everything else on this bike, I mean, look at it. They are. I think you either love or hate these, you know, the look of them. I absolutely love it. When I bought it, and I said this in a previous video, I bought it with the intention to actually go to Africa and do a bit of touring in Africa on it, which, like I said, that was the early, well, it was 2009. I wanted to do the trip around about 2012. I never did. Who knows? Maybe one day, or maybe not. Still, now, oh, look at this here. I actually did this today. I got it up on the lift there, and then this, see this? Look at this. Now these aren't original, obviously. these two indicators. I had to get them aftermarket. The reason I did is because this was parked up a few years ago and a car actually hit this and broke the original one off, which I have got over there, but they're past repair. So I got these, and then today I caught this and snapped this, but I think it's gluable. Hopefully I'm going to take it off and repair it, hopefully. If not, I will have to replace it. But yeah, so that's it. So that's the plan. Yeah, that is the plan for the Transalp. Get it back to its original glory, eh? You know, and get it. I really do think they had a nice bike, you know. Original stickers, look at that, eh? Straight out the factory, there's that sticker there. It's got another sticker on it somewhere, which is I like to try and keep things original. Where is it? Oh, I don't know, I've lost it. Obviously, you know, it's got all the original numbers on it, and it's a PD06 and everything else, and blah blah blah, Honda Motor Company Co Limited, and yeah. So there you go. That's me waffling on as usual, but that's the plan. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the next project. Let me put the camera back up again. So I think that's it. That's all I really wanted to say. I'm not going to rush this job. This isn't going to be get it flat job. I've got other jobs to do, and I'd like to get some rides in if the weather gets slightly warmer. So this is going to be slotting in little videos as we go along, and basically when it's all done, take it a nice ride and yeah, see what's what. Right, okay, so that's it. That's all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to say. I think I've waffled on too much. I don't want to give anybody else an earache. So I'll see you in the next video, whether it's out on the road or in fact in a garage on this one, wherever it is. I hope you enjoyed this. If you can put up with me talking for too long, I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. See you soon. Bye for now.